is Monopoly money?
And there's more where that came from.
I'm calling the cops.
Don't waste your time. I have a get-out-of-jail-free card.
Start playing for real money. New Monopoly scratch-offs from the North Carolina Education Lottery have real cash wins of up to $1 million. Monopoly is a trademark of Hasbro. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds of winning range from 1 in 3.83 to 4.28. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
Adam Gold in studio with my man Patrick Day from the Aluminum Company of North Carolina. All right, let's paint the scenario here. I need windows. But, man, I don't have 3 hours to go through the process of deciding what I need, when I need it. Can you help at the Aluminum Company?
Absolutely. So, first of all, when we come out to your house to look at your windows, typical window appointment may last 45 minutes, an hour. We're certainly not going to make a 4 or 5 hour commitment to talk about windows. We're there to
serve
help.
Dinner last time.
Right. Listen, my wife always says, I talk to my wife all the time. We have salespeople, whatever we're doing. And my wife, I tell her all the time, I can't stand salespeople. And she laughs. She's like, you are a salesperson. I'm like, well, the difference is I'm just having a conversation trying to help people get what they want. I'm not there to pressure you. I'm just there to help you get in and out. And it's a pretty quick appointment. It's pretty efficient. So we're there to help you and make it quick.
I can vouch for that. The Aluminum Company of North Carolina, online at aluminumcompany.com.
'Tis the season for cozy nights and big games. Celebrate with Surfside, made with real vodka. Only 100 calories and 0 bubbles for smooth sipping. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
How was your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then, someone started calling me and...
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
I'm attorney Brian Ritchie. Big truck accidents can cause life-changing injuries, and life-changing injuries deserve life-changing money. I know big truck wrecks, and I know how to fight those big insurance companies. If you've been hurt by a big truck, contact us at ritchielaw.com. I'm on top of it.
Broadcasting live from the Lenovo Studios. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. 99.9 The Fan. The Triangle Sports Leader. 99.9 The Fan. Feature presentation.
Jarvis back for Walker. He scores! Sean Walker's on a heater. Carolina takes the 3-2 lead. Walker's second point of the period and second goal in as many games.
The official station of Caniac Nation 99.9 The Fan presents Canes Corner. Here's your host, Mike Maniscalco.
And more importantly, our guest tonight, 4 goals, 5 assists, playing about, feels like 400 minutes a night for your Carolina Hurricanes on the blue line. Sean Walker is with us here live on Canes Corner from the local. Sean, I pointed it out to the crowd before we started this. The Carolina Hurricanes are tied for the best record in the Eastern Conference. Yep. So, this is kind of, we're getting a little bit spoiled here in Carolina with this, but what is it about this season where this team, so many reasons where it could go another way, you guys just find ways to win hockey games? How has this been working out this year?
Yeah, it's I think, like you said, it definitely was getting a little scary there for a little bit, all the injuries and stuff. Really weren't sure how we were going to react to all that, but we've just had the next man up mentality. I think you hear people say it all the time, but everybody stepped in and done better than I expected, I think, really. Again, we just have such great depth, such great players. Feels like anybody's able to fill in roles when they need to do. And, yeah, like you said, best record on the – or tied for the best record on the East. Yeah, it's feeling pretty good.
Yeah, you can feel good about that. I have to ask, have you ever been part of a season, and in particular with the blue line? Like you knew in training camp a couple of guys were maybe not 100%, and there were some questions to go into the season, but it just seemed like every week there was something. I'm thinking like maybe you're playing Pee-wee and some kids are moving to a new city, and all of a sudden you're like, I don't know who I'm playing with. Have you ever been through anything like this?
I don't know what the boys did over the summer, if we cursed ourselves or something, but really unfortunate to see all these guys. Like you said, obviously, a couple guys we knew were going to be out, and that was to be expected. But after that first 5 games or whatever it was, and felt like every night someone was going down. Really unfortunate, and we've lost some key pieces. But again, we had guys step up. Charles was awesome, and then he went down. And then Joel's been amazing, and Nikki's been awesome. Everybody's really been stepping up, so it's been great.
So I know part of that is the players, but let's go to the guys behind the benches. And I've asked you this a few times off air, but your coach who runs the blue line, Tim Gleason,
Yep.
is kind of a fan favorite
Yeah.
here. But the fact that he's been in the league, been there and done that, when there's a question, how much easier is it for you as a player to maybe go to him, or if he's got a piece of advice where it sinks in maybe a little bit quicker because he knows how to explain it? There's no –
Yeah, absolutely. He's awesome with all of us. Every day we'll watch little clips here and there, but he does a great job of just coaching. He doesn't try to get on you. Everyone's going to make mistakes. Like you said, he's been there. He's done it. But night in, night out, he's trying to help us get better. And really articulates well what he expects out of us, what he wants. If there's anything we have to improve on or change, he lets us know. And again, it's not in a FU kind of way. He's coaching, he's helping you out, and it's great. We're all in it together, and again, he's really been helpful on the back end for us.
And then the guy who runs the whole show, Rod Brindamore, you've been there for a lot of these post-game speeches after wins, and you guys don't get to see the post-games after losses, and you really don't for the majority of the time. But when you have a head coach who turns to you and goes, hey, we're going to need this out of you tonight, or this is your role is going to change, and it seemed like game to game your role was changing what you're going to do. How important is it just to have a coach say, look, this is what we expect from you. Don't try to do anything more than that. This is just what we need from you tonight.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a crux for our whole team, really. Everyone knows their role, what our game plan is. We're not trying to do anything special outside of that. Obviously, we have elite players that are going to go out there every night and make stuff happen, but Rod gets the message across. You know what he wants out of you, out of the team. He makes it clear, and again, that's got to be one of the best coaches in the league, right? So easy guy to play for, get behind. It's been great.
Do you notice during the course of a game, you averaged last year 16 and a half to 17 minutes per game. This year you're averaging over 23 minutes. I mean, that is 6 minutes. And and in hockey time, that is 9-10 more shifts a game as a defenseman. Do you notice it while you're playing, or it's the other side? You notice when you're not playing, that's on your mind more.
Yeah, I think, like you said, the other side of it, when you're not playing, it's definitely a little tougher. I think everyone would tell you when you're getting regular shifts, even extra shifts, playing lots of minutes, it helps immensely, your confidence, your legs. I will say those first probably 5-10 games when I was playing the extra 6 minutes it was a little shock to the system for sure, but managing it now pretty well and feeling good out there.
A little hockey 101. What is it about this system and the way the Canes ask their defensemen to play that suits your style of play for this team?
Yeah, I think everyone can see how aggressive we are. Tight gaps, constantly getting up the ice, join the rush when you can, getting back for pucks quick. I think it's really a system built on skating. Personally, that's something that's always been one of my key attributes. So coming in, I think I adjusted pretty well, and this year it's going even better.
I think it's for sure. Sean Walker, by the way, he's going to blow past all of the numbers he set last year with the Carolina Hurricanes, and even more. I mean,
let's hope.
Well, I'm just saying we can get you to 30 minutes a night if we need to.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, if it's going to help.
So,
that's what they need.
Right now, it's not hurting the team as we look at the one-loss record. The weird part, though, is every night it seems to be there's you're going through that stretch of it's going to be a different partner on the blue line. Does that make a big difference? Does your role change based on who's to your left or who's to your right during a game or even during a shift? Does it change how you approach it, or is it I have a job to do, it doesn't matter?
Yeah, I think the latter there. I think, we all, again, I think everyone's just bought into what we're doing night in, night out so well that it doesn't really matter who you're playing with. We've such depth that everyone feels the same out there. Everyone's doing the same thing. If I'm playing with Key, if I'm playing with Nikki, if I'm playing with Chatty, whoever, I feel like I've played with everyone this year. they've all made it easy on me. Everyone's doing what they're supposed to, and everyone's doing a really good job at it too.
All right. Well, there used to be this old thought in the National Hockey League: if it was this goalie, a team was allowed to play a certain way, and if it was the other goalie, well, we have to tighten it up. I think the strength of the Carolina Hurricanes, and you guys all watch it, is, well, I won't say me because you would really have to change things up, but this team, it doesn't matter who's behind you. You guys play the same. But there's a story I got to ask you about Brandon Bussey and what he has been able to do right now.
Unbelievable.
Like, what does that do for the guys in front of him? Because this story has started. It's starting to grow, the legend of what Brandon Bussey's doing with his team.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have 3 unbelievable goalies. But to know the way that he's been playing right now, and like, I feel like, unfortunately, we are giving up a lot of breakaways right now, but we have the confidence that he's going to make the save. Give it up for him, Brandon, for sure. He's been awesome. He's such a good guy. He's fit in with the group well, and obviously his play has been stellar.
Oh, but that's got to be such a confidence boost because, like what you've said, you guys can just keep doing what you need to do. There's no, we have to sit back or we can't be as aggressive as we are.
Absolutely, and I think the way we play, like you just said, we want to be super aggressive. You don't want to sit back, and I think we actually get ourselves into trouble when we are sitting back. And if you don't have the confidence that your goalie's going to make a save back there, then it's tough to do that. And he's given us more than the confidence that we need to go and play how our system has to be able to play to function and get wins. So, again, so unbelievable. He's been a great guy, great addition. Crazy story for him, obviously, the way this year's gone, but super happy to have him.
So there's something we've got to go back to the last win for the Carolina Hurricanes, a 1-0 win for those of you who were across the street here at the local. And those of you who are listening online and watching us on our police interrogation interview with Sean Walker here tonight at the local, a 1-0 overtime win. Like that, are you sitting on the bench going, you're looking up and you're going, nobody scored in this game yet? Is there, do you look at the scoreboard and be like, really, this is 0-0, we're going to overtime?
Yeah, I felt bad for the fans. That's not too fun of a hockey game to watch, but pretty unbelievable. I don't think we've had that little of shots in a long time. It was a tough game. Both teams played really well defensively. Not going to have 40 shots every night, but I wasn't expecting 15. So definitely interesting night. I was staring at the clock thinking, what's going on? Why have we not scored yet? But yeah, sometimes it takes 65, and that's what it was.
But you have a hand in how the game's won. You're on the ice. You get the puck up to Nikolai Ehlers in the back and forth with Taylor Hall. When that's going on, are you watching it from the, oh, come on, let's score, we've got a chance here? Or are you thinking, if they miss the net, it's going to be a 2-on-1 coming back the other way?
I was definitely thinking, come on, let's score. Like, we haven't had a chance like this all night. So Roddy talks about it all the time. Get the puck to our skill guys and let them go play, and that was my mindset. So it was good. Great to see those guys go and make that play. It was really special.
You are really simplifying your job by just saying, just get the puck to these guys and then let them do what it is.
We have such a great team. They make it easy. I like to have the puck myself, but I know we have guys that are just next level. So I try to do my best, be a puck-moving defenseman, get them the puck, and let them play.
And that resulted in the game-winning goal in the first-ever career shutout in the NHL for Brandon Bussey, and the 5th assist for Sean Walker this year. But speaking of defense, we always get focused on it. It's just you 6 guys on the back end and the goalie, but really it is a team thing. The forwards have a big part, and a few times this year we've seen guys help sweep the crease and make it happen. But there's a certain player, and you've now been in the locker room with him for a season and a quarter, and you've been about 3 games without him. He came back the other game, and that's Jordan Staal, the captain. For a guy who plays defense. How important is it to have a player like that, and what makes him, besides he is, I won't say old man strength, it's farm strength for Jordan Staal, besides the fact he's built like a horse and can weigh on the other team?
He's definitely built like a horse. Funny enough, we were just talking about this the other night. When he goes down to bend over and tie his skates, his biceps look like the size of my thigh, so it's pretty crazy. But again, you talked about the confidence that certain players can give you, and he gives our whole team that level of confidence that we can go out and play our game. and if a mistake is made for whatever reason, that more often than not, he's there to clean it up. And if there's one guy on our team that I'd like to be on the ice with all the time, he's probably one of them for sure. Yeah, we missed him for those 3 games. I think it's just so obvious what he does for our team. So hopefully no more meningitis or whatever they're calling it.
Yeah. Well, any doctors out there? We asked for lawyers earlier, but doctors, to make sure that the meningitis is gone. Yeah. Nobody wants that running through a locker room. And the other side of it is, you play without him. Is how much do you guys? It's not noticing the difference, but okay, it is the next man up, because I think that's been the story of this year's team. Doesn't matter who's not there. It's about the guys who are there. So, what is there the pregame pep talk when the captain's not there? Like, who assumes the mantle for that one for the players? What goes on?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we have a lot of good voices in the room. Marty, Fish speaks up, Jarv speaks up, Slava when he's around, but definitely the next man up. And again, we had Roby play the 1 game, and then we had Jenks play the 2 games. And again, I think they did a great job. But at the end of the day, Jordan Staal is pretty irreplaceable. So we hope he's in the lineup every night for us, for sure.
Agreed, 100%. A few other things for this year where it goes back to, we talked about the more minutes that you've gotten, but more penalty kill responsibility and power play responsibility. I know the power play, everybody wants to get their cookies. That's where, you can move it around. And the penalty kill, there just seems to be such a pride that everybody who goes on the ice, there's not units, it's everybody who gets asked to get out there. What is it? Is there this sense of when, okay, penalties taken, it's not hang the head, it's like, okay, let's go to work. And then, that you talked about the skill guys. I don't know if people know this, but when Sebastian Aho and Seth Jarvis are on the ice, they're very good shorthanded to go in the other way and score. Is the thought like, puck's on my stick, 20-foot, boom,
if they're on the ice, I know they're going. So it's kind of a mixed emotion, because I'm like, I better get this out. But if I try to make a play to them, I know I'm going to be in trouble. I mean, our penalty kill, definitely, like you said, it's something we take pride in. Getting scored on is not fun, especially on the penalty kill. We know how good we can be. Again, we're missing such a core piece of that puzzle, that with obviously Jacob being out. But again, guys go out there, they don't want to get scored on, and I think the mindset's just outworking the power play. We have guys on the back end that work so hard night in, night out, and especially on the defensive side of things and the penalty kill. The power play, we're starting to figure it out, get more goals here and there. But the penalty kill is something that is really important to our team. We're going to keep grinding on that one.
Yeah, generally want to keep it to this year. I'll get this news out there. It's not breaking news in the sense of we're going to say this date, but Jacob Slavin did skate with the team today. Yeah. Non-contact jersey, but what kind of, for you guys, in particular on the blue line, is there a lift where you see him back there and you're like, okay, maybe it's getting close? And you played with so many, we're going to get into this, you played with so many great defensemen and defensive players in your career. What is it about Jacob that maybe sets him apart from other guys that you've played with or that you watch?
He's, like you just said, I have played with some really good defensemen, but to watch what he does night in, night out, shutting top lines down, I think he's just a step above, to be honest. No knock to those other guys that I've played with, but it's amazing, really. It seems like nobody can really play in the offensive zone when he's on the ice. So, to have him on the ice again today with us was awesome. He's just great, such a great person. Obviously one of the leaders in our room. So, big piece that we're missing. I know our record's great, but could be even a lot better with him around. And we're really looking forward to the day that he comes back.
Well, right now we're looking forward to more with Sean Walker, who's our guest here, live on Canes Corner from the local here on 99.9 The Fan.
Listen every afternoon for The Drive with Tim Donnelly.
Bryce Young and Dave Canales need to decide if they trust each other. And if not, it's probably not best that they continue working with each other. One mistake shouldn't make you clam up your entire playbook, just like one big play doesn't change the plan in total. Right now, I don't think they're on the same page, and if they're not on the same page, it's all for naught.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 3 to 6 on 99.9 The Fan.
It's bow time. 'Tis the season for food and family, but thanks to Bojangles, you don't have to spend hours in the kitchen when loved ones come home for the holidays. Set down the spatula and put away the mixing bowls, because this holiday season, Bojangles is ready to help you celebrate with all your family favorites like Chicken Supreme, Cajun Filet Biscuits, or a big bow box of hand-breaded chicken, scratch-made biscuits, and fixins for the whole family. We'll make the food so you can focus on making memories. Head to Bojangles and gift yourself a taste of home. It's Bo time.
If it's ho-ho-ho time, it's Bo-Bo-Bo time. Time to order a party-sized platter of that bodacious Bojangles flavor before your next holiday celebration. Choose a Bojangles Supremes platter and get 50 whole breast tenderloin fillets. Or go with a Bojangles dessert platter and get 2 dozen Bo-Berry biscuits, 2 dozen cinnamon twists, or 1 dozen of each. It's a platter full of Bo-liciousness. And don't forget to pick up Bojangles gift cards. Just the right gift for anyone on your list. Hurry, it's Bo time.
It's time for the Coastal Scholar Athlete of the Month.
Hello, I'm Creighton Blackwell with Coastal Credit Union and 99.9 The Fan, and we're here to celebrate this month's Scholar Athlete of the Month. Tonight, we are here at Cleveland High School in Clayton, and we're here to celebrate the next Scholar Athlete of the Month, Cameron Melvin.
Yeah, he's a real hard worker. He does everything asked of him from the coaching staff or teachers. He'll put it all on the line and works really hard and is a great leader by example in that way.
And he's just an all-around leader, so it just shows up in everything that he does.
You could trust him when the game's on the line to end it right there.
He has a killer instinct, and he's always trying to get better and other people better as well.
So you, Cameron, are the latest Scholar Athlete of the Month, presented by Coastal Credit Union and 99 The Fan. What does winning this award mean to you?
A lot. I work hard in the classroom and on the field, so it's a privilege. So yes, ma'am. A lot of people depend on me, and I got to do what I got to do for the team. So yeah, I try to keep their heads up and keep them going. So
congratulations, Cameron.
For over 20 years, 99.9 The Fan and Coastal Credit Union have been recognizing scholar athletes at Triangle area schools. If you'd like to nominate a high school athlete, text AWARD to 919-860-5326. That's AWARD to 919-860-5326.
99.9 The Fan is partnering with the Salvation Army of Wake County for Team Up to Give.
We cheer together, we celebrate together.
And when our neighbors are struggling, we step up together.
Across Wake County, more of our neighbors continue to face nights without a safe place to sleep.
Your gift could be the one that turns the tide for a family in crisis.
So team up with us. Together we can make sure no one is forgotten. Team up, give hope, change lives.
Text GIVE to 919-860-5326 or go to teamuptogive.com to donate.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Charlie's battery is struggling to start. Not ideal before the tailgate, so he goes to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone,
where a friendly AutoZoner tests his battery for free. Looks like he needs a new one, so he gets a Duralast battery.
Have fun and stay warm.
And he makes it to the tailgate early enough to get his favorite spot. Free battery testing and charging. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Kept it by Rossi, sent it. Cross back for Kaprizov, and it's kept out by Walker. Oh, what a play by Sean Walker.
Oh my gosh, highlight reel. That puck should have been clear. What a play by Walker.
Little defensive effort there from Sean Walker here on Kane's corner. That might be the first time I think we've ever played a defensive highlight. Normally it's all goals.
I wish I could have seen it.
It's out there somewhere. Yeah. We'll talk. I know people. Sean Walker is our guest defenseman for the Carolina Hurricanes here. Kane's corner live from the local right across the street from Lenovo Center. And Sean, this is, the journeys to get here. It's when you see the thank you speeches for everybody. We know that you could go on, probably for an hour of everybody who helped you get here and how. But you grew up about 45 miles north of Toronto, give or take. So you were going to play hockey at some way, shape, or form
definitely.
With that. How'd you get into it? What was the thing that kind of spurred you either onto the ice or to pick up a stick?
Yeah, I think just, again, being in Canada, I think at some point or another you're gonna be playing hockey. Trying to think back, it just feels like I was playing hockey forever. I think, as soon as I could skate, my parents were taking me to the rinks. I think, again, that was something I just excelled at right away, was skating, and picked it up pretty fast, and then just got into house league, started went from there. Yeah.
Was there somebody have like they'd flood the backyard? There was the local rink where you put at the pond that would flood over?
The local rink, we were close to a couple local rinks, so it was easy to get on the ice. There was always a couple baseball diamonds that somebody that lived by would go and make a rink. There was no shortage of ice where I was from, so it was easy to get on the ice. All my friends growing up played. It was just something we did for fun, and I'm pretty fortunate. It worked out, turned into a career.
Yeah, I'd say it's worked out for you so far, and there's still a long career left for you. So you kind of play local for people who do the research and look, how you grew up and played for some local teams and got the opportunity. But how does 10 years isn't that long ago when you think about it, 10 or 12 years ago, but how does a guy from that part of Canada, which is in Ontario, again, not that far away, but you found your way to college hockey. Like now everybody is finding their way to college hockey. You were the trailblazer. You're like, no, I'm going to go play. But how did Bowling Green become a part of your radar to continue to play hockey?
Yeah, definitely a late bloomer. I played AAA most of my life growing up. After the OHL draft, I wasn't drafted. So then we had a new head coach come in that was going to coach the AAA team. And he told me I was actually going to be the 7th D. So I was like, this isn't going to work for me. I went and played for the AA team with all my buddies in my hometown. Probably had one of the most fun years playing hockey just with all the guys I went to high school with. Played that, and then the next year I was going to go back up and play AAA, and instead I went and played for my local junior C team, which was great, just for development, playing against older guys. The hockey was better for sure, so did that. The next year played for the junior A team and had a pretty good year and was lucky enough to go to somewhat of a all-star showcase over New Year's, and got spotted by Bowling Green. They were really the only team that was interested in me at the time, and invited me to go down, invited me to spend a week or just the weekend with their team and their players, meet the coaches, everything, do the campus tour, and was fortunate enough to get offered a scholarship and took that and spent 4 years there. Some of the best years of my life for sure, but forever grateful to have that opportunity.
So 2 things on that. One, I believe the junior A team was called the Hurricanes, right?
It was the Hurricanes, Newmarket Hurricanes.
Yeah.
It was meant to be.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Those are Sean Walker's words, but I will echo them. Meant to be for Newmarket. And then Ohio, just far enough away, but not too far from home if you needed to go back. I look at college hockey now, and you see so many of the great defensemen in the league who've played college hockey. We already talked about one in Jacob Slavin, and a few other guys have come through there. How important is that you think in your mind you got 4 years really to, one, learn the game, but get a little bit stronger, right? If you're playing junior, you get in that hey, here you go, and this is how you do it, whereas you get a system and hopefully you get a coach for 4 years and get to take advantage of that college life.
Yeah, it was really pivotal in my career, my growth as a player in person. When I went in as a freshman, I think I was probably 175, and by the end of that year, I probably left like 195. Like I was eating everything I could, lifting everything I could, and that was kind of the mentality of my team. We weren't, one of the best teams, but we were going to work the hardest, and that was just kind of something that I took the rest of my playing career. Is I might not be the biggest guy, but I'm going to go out there and work my hardest, and hopefully outwork some people. And I think it's been a great attribute to add to my game.
Well, I think we've seen the fruits of all of that. Also, you probably can't stand Miami of Ohio.
You know what? They weren't in my conference, but we definitely played some out-of-state or out-of-conference games against them. We never did too well. Jack Rosvick was there when I was there, so we had some good battles. But, not our biggest rivalry for sure, but not a fan, I could say that.
Yeah, but you were a plus player when Jack was on the ice. So.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. But again, it doesn't seem to be easy for you because you get that route. As you mentioned, you weren't drafted in the OHL. Then another draft comes by, the NHL draft. And I don't want to – this isn't the let's make Sean Walker feel sad portion of the show, but you don't hear your name for the draft. when you walk through that, is it disappointing? Did you have expectations? Did you have none? What was it when your draft year comes and goes?
I had absolutely zero expectations. So I kind of knew where I stood. Again, I was a late bloomer. I probably didn't hit my 5, almost 11 till maybe my freshman year of college. So, the draft was really not something that was on my mind. Really, pro hockey wasn't really either. Again, it was just kind of, I was going to take it a year at a time, see what was going to happen. Even from basically the year I played junior C, I played the year junior C. I'll see how it goes. Starting to hear about guys getting scholarships. Okay, I'll play a year junior A, see how it goes. Had a good year. And then about my junior year, I started to see guys around the league in the NCAA that I didn't really think I was far off, maybe the same, if not better, that were drafted players that were signing entry-level contracts. And that was kind of the time when I was like, okay, if I get the opportunity, I think I can show people that I'm just as good a player. And, it was definitely an interesting route for me. But, I'm really, really happy the way it went. I think it was extremely beneficial for me.
I think it's worked out. But walk us through the process. So the draft is over. Do you get a call right away from teams that are interested in you? Hey, we want to sign you, or do you have to shop yourself around? How does that work?
What was my NHL draft year was like 2012. So I was playing junior C that year. Like, it wasn't even close. It wasn't even a thought in my mind. And it really wasn't until my senior year of university I got an agent through a family friend. I asked him to put some feelers out. I had a good year in college, but even then, there still really wasn't teams coming around. I was very fortunate to have a Bowling Green connection in LA with Rob Blake and Nelson Emerson. So my agent reached out, and they were more than happy to give me the opportunity to go and show what I could do on an AHL contract, and that's kind of how it went.
So he gets called to go play in Ontario. Not Canada, California.
Yeah.
Little different.
Definitely a little different, a little warmer.
Yeah, a little warmer.
Yeah.
I would think that, as you mentioned, it's good to have connections, but was there a chip on the shoulder of, I'm going to show everybody I can play, or is it more of, hey, this is an opportunity and I'm going to run through the door?
Yeah, again, it was definitely an opportunity, but I think there's always been a little chip, the route I had to take, being undersized. There's always that drive for sure that you want to prove people wrong. Definitely going to LA, I think timing's a big important piece about players too, especially someone like me. So when I went there, one of my good buddies, we still chat all the time, Matt Roy, was their drafted player who was supposed to be kind of the next one up. And we played in the WCHA against each other. He was from Michigan Tech, but he was their draft pick, their next D. And I was like, I'm better than this guy. Went there and just played. Had a great team, great people. It was great coaches to be around my first year of pro. That really helped me along the way. And it was an interesting route for sure, but really glad how it went.
Sean Walker is our guest here on Canes Corner, live from the local here on 99.9 The Fan. It just spurs like so many different questions because you keep getting opportunities and you keep showing everybody, hey, I can do this, I can do this. Take us back to that first NHL game, and you're in the Kings locker room, and what's Sean Walker looking around the room going, oh, there's Andrzej Kopitar, and there's there are a bunch of guys who've won the Stanley Cup. What's the thought in your mind?
It was at the time, that was a very interesting locker room to walk into with some big heavy hitters around the league. Kovalchuk was there, like you said, Kopitar, Doughty, Dion Phaneuf, Alec Martinez, like all these guys Jeff Carter, like the list is crazy, those guys that were on that team. It was pretty almost intimidating to walk into, but such a great group of guys. They welcomed me right away. People always say, like, what was your welcome to the NHL moment? And I think after I played that first game, we went back home to LA, and Kopi texted me, do you golf? And I was like, yeah, I'd love to golf. And I go out golfing, and it's Dion Phaneuf, Andrzej Kopitar, and Drew Doughty, and me golfing. And I'm like, this is crazy. So yeah, it was a great group of guys, and they welcomed me in right away, and it was great.
Twofold. How important is it that you come into the room and they're not like, okay, just sit there and speak when spoken to? That they're like, no, you're part of the group. But the other side of it, you get to practice against those guys, and do you learn more? They always say by doing, but how much did you just learn by sitting around and watching?
Yeah.
And watch like a Drew Doughty or watch a Dion Phaneuf go about their business, how they carry.
Yeah. It was, that D-Corps was awesome to just be around. I one of my first practices, I went up to defend against Kobe. He rolled me like I was not even standing there, and right away he was like, hey, like, this is probably, you want to do this instead. And again, they were all like that. Jake Muzzin too. They all helped a lot, and you need guys like that. That's what you want a team to be like. I think that's something about Carolina that's so special. We have such a great locker room. Definitely like probably the best locker room I've been a part of. And I've been a part of great locker rooms. So it's such a great experience to have locker rooms like that where guys come in and immediately they feel like they're on the team and a part of it and helping out and contributing. And that's what I've experienced when I was younger, and that's hopefully how guys come to Carolina feel now.
Yeah, well, I think we can tie it back to this year. Do you kind of feel like, all right, I carry that on when a guy like, Joel Nystrom comes up, or when Charles Alexis Legault is here? It's not the, hey, watch us or whatever. It's, no, you bring them into the fold and the conversation. You kind of feel, is that the responsibility that's handed down with leadership?
Yeah, 100%. And like I said, our room top to bottom is just such a tight-knit group. Everyone feels, I feel like they're family. Everybody treats each other with respect. Guys invited to dinner all the time. We do stuff together as a team. And I think for the young guys especially, for them to come in, they play great hockey, and they get included right away. It's an easy transition when you do that. Like I said, Carolina's been one of the best, and I think most people would agree with that.
When you hit I know everybody in this room will agree with that. When you hit your free agent year, though, I mean, you had a big year. You go from Philly to the Avs, and speaking of rooms and talent and playing and going through the playoffs with them for a little bit, but you get your free agent year, and the Canes come calling. What made, okay, this is where I want to sign. This is where, and you didn't just sign a 1 year or 2 year. You signed I'm going to be here for a while deal. What made this that you can clap for that? Sure. But what made it, was it, because I don't think you knew a lot of guys on the team. No. What made this, all right, this is the fit, this is where I want to be?
Yeah, I think it was a really easy decision. At the time it was important for me to get a long contract, obviously getting a little older for me and my family. That was obviously a priority, but to be also on a team that's going to be successful for definitely the time I'm here and definitely longer if I'm not around. But it was such an easy fit when the talks started happening. Carolina has always been competitive since I've been in the league. It's a tough place to play. I didn't want to come here as a visitor anymore. It was easy. I think the fit sounded great to be able to have Rod as a coach, the group of guys. I knew the hockey, the style of play probably was going to fit how I want to play. It was an easy fit, easy transition. I've loved every minute.
You keep talking about family. How important was your family? Let's go to growing up to where your family is now with all of these. I mean, we can call them adventures or journeys or what you want, but your mom and dad, hey, I want to keep pushing this and see where this goes, where they are encouraging. I have to think they're encouraging because you're here. And then, as you've been in a couple of places now, you're bringing people around the country with you. How important is to have that, and how important is it for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think any hockey player will tell you how much their parents or their support system, guardians, whoever it is, supported, sacrificed, made commitments to them to really allow us to have the opportunity to play in the NHL. I don't think you could really say enough about your parents who are there day in, day out. I remember getting picked up from school, eating something real quick, getting ready to the rink, playing, practicing for 2 hours, whatever it was, and then going home and doing it all again the next day. It means the world to me. I think everybody can see how much our parents put into us, not just the hockey side, but as the people we are. I would like to think hockey players are some of the best people in the world. I think we're all just very humble, respectful, and I think that comes from our roots. And it's I'm really thankful to my parents, my family, my support system, now my wife. Without them, who knows where you'd be or doing what you'd be doing. Probably not playing in the NHL. So super grateful. Can't say enough, really. So, like you said, I've been in some pretty cool spots now to be able to bring my family, my friends to these awesome cities and down to Carolina a bunch. It's been really special. Yeah, something that I'll cherish forever.
And he's here right now. Sean Walker, our guest. We'll find out how much you cherish because we turn it over to the internet next. That's where the questions come from. You get to ask Sean Walker questions when we continue with Canes Corner, live from the local here on 99.9 The Fan.
Pack Therapy is in session, thanks to First Horizon Bank. It's Tim Donnelly from 99.9 The Fan, alongside legendary Wolfpack play caller Mike Glennon.
Every episode of Pack Therapy is your chance to get dialed in with inside information on your team.
We'll set you up for every Wolfpack game all season long.
And we'll break down every contest, what went right and what could have worked better.
Plus, special guests to keep Wolfpack hope alive.
Follow and subscribe to Pack Therapy wherever you discover your favorite podcasts and watch every episode on YouTube.
Hey girl, haven't seen you downtown lately.
Nope, sticking to our go-to places.
You mean like Sharky's?
Well, we love our Sharky's. Best wings and gumbo on the planet. But we never miss the $5 sangrias on Wednesdays at the new Salt and Lime and Mexican pints on Thursdays for $3.
You know my boy loves the House of Hops. No better selection of craft beer in the state. Loves their specials, their food trucks, and I love my wine. They have a wonderful selection.
And have I told you about our new takeout spot, Che Empanadas? It's right next to Sharky's. They have 20 different types of authentic Argentinian empanadas, and they are incredible, especially the breakfast ones. You gotta try it.
Sounds perfect. And how awesome is it that they're so close to each other?
Oh, it's perfect, all right.
Give them a try. Che Empanadas, House of Hops, Salt and Lime, and Sharky's. Just a hop, skip, and a jump from each other off Durley Road, Glenwood, and Grove Barton.
Okay, only 10 more presents to wrap. You're almost at the finish line. But first... There, the last one. Enjoy a Coca-Cola for a pause that refreshes.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
To 15-year-old Harper, buying an $80 vintage rock t-shirt is a great investment. To Harper's mom, this logic has a few holes in it. So she helped Harper open a Wells Fargo Clear Access banking account. With no overdraft fees and tools to track spending, Harper's learning, one heavy metal tee at a time. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Terms apply. Visit wellsfargo.com/deposit disclosures for fees and details.
Hey, I'm Steffi. You may know me from your social feed. I go big for the holidays, so I'm going to Famous Footwear because the best gifts are giving famous. My friends and family are gonna love all these styles from Nike, Adidas, Crocs, New Balance, Skechers, and more. With over 800 stores, you're never far from the perfect gift. So make your list and make it famous. Come in today for buy one pair, get one half off at your local Famous Footwear or famous.com. Some exclusions apply.
Riley at the left point. Riley works it across. Long drive, they score! Walker rips it through, and it's a 2-0 Hurricanes lead. Sean Walker steps into it, his second of the season off the draw, and the Canes take a 2-0 lead.
Welcome back to Canes Corner, live at the local, here on 99.9 The Fan. Do you remember every goal you score, or are you the other side of it? You remember everything, you're like, oh, I should have made that play.
I don't score too much, so I remember every goal I scored for the most part. I could rhyme off this year, I'm pretty sure. But, I think I got a pretty good memory of most of my goals.
Yeah, I mean, you got a long season left,
definitely.
so we can ring that up. I mean, 10 is the most in a year, and you're almost halfway
Aiming
there.
for more than that, that'd be great.
I think that would be great. I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes the questions from the internet are great.
Sometimes they're
not.
Not so great.
But we're going to start with Andrea, who wants to know, and I always love, ask him. Mm-hmm. I will ask Andrea, what it's like being the guy with the best smile on the team.
Ooh.
Bro, you must have had work done.
Wow. I've never had braces. This is natural, so I got my parents to thank for that. You'd have to ask my wife, but I think it worked pretty good, so we'll go that route.
Andrea, are you here? Does that answer satisfy you that he never wore braces? It's annoying, but yes. This one from, we're just going to say Cal. We were told before the show, well, this wasn't by me, that you're a heck of a storyteller. Do you have any fun? Do you have any fun team antics to tell us from this season? I mean, you talked about that golf group that you had in Los Angeles. I would have to think that doesn't hold a candle to being on the course with Seth Jarvis and Jesperi Kotkaniemi and then pick your fourth.
Not even close. I don't know who told you I'm a great storyteller. That is false. But we get into some stuff I probably can't share on the air, so I'll just keep that to myself right now. But definitely we've had some good golf groups. We as a team went down to Pinehurst before the season started, so unbelievable time. And I got to play with Jordan Martinook, so that was pretty entertaining the whole time. So I'll leave it at that. I don't need to get into any details.
No, I believe we can all just choose your own adventure, and whichever one you think of is correct.
Yeah.
This one from, all right, this is a good name, Surprise Jarvis, and it's actually a really good avatar. It's Surprise Seth Jarvis right there. How does it feel to speed up and down the ice when your nickname is Walks? Told you.
It feels good. It's again, I don't love walking, so that might be a little tidbit for you guys too. My wife tries to get me out of the house all the time, go for walks with the dog, and I'm like, this ain't me. I'm not trying to do that.
Could it also be psychological warfare? Like
it might be.
The opposition,
yes.
like, well, he walks, so I can. No.
Well, it seems to be working, I think.
Right now, it is where you walk the opponent. We've seen you walk the blue line. See, there's lots of ways
we
to
can
this
make it work.
We'll workshop it. Yeah. We'll come back in a year, and see where we're at with it. By the way, you actually have one of the better nicknames in hockey because there's no O or E at the end of your name. It's just Walks.
Simple, for sure. I still think Ghost has the best nickname in hockey, by far.
That's no argument here. Yeah. Joy wants to know, what job would you love to be doing if you hadn't become a top-notch hockey player?
I think the easy one is just always like a pro golfer, but they travel a lot. They travel more than us, and their season seems crazy. I don't know. Maybe something like work from home. I could get on board with that.
We'll workshop that one too.
Pro golfer.
Pro golfer who works from home.
Yeah.
We can get
less
both
travel.
Actually,
I play on the live. They only play 10 rounds a year.
There you go.
Easy.
That'll work. And if you need an announcer, they only have 10 gigs a year. I'm right here
Simple.
for you. Morgan, what has been your favorite memory in Carolina up to this point?
You know what? Probably hockey-wise, probably playing last year in the playoffs, scoring against Washington in Game 4. That was my first postseason goal, and I felt like it was kind of a big goal in the game. So that was pretty special for me. Yeah, I felt like my head was going to explode after that one.
You you mentioned playing in this building as a visitor in the playoffs. What is that building like for you guys and for you when you play in it?
It is really unbelievable. Deafening at times, but yeah, it's awesome. To have the fans behind us the way you guys do every night is awesome. And then in the playoffs was just a whole nother level. So I'm really excited to get there again this year.
Susan wants to know, even with all the injuries, you guys are playing fantastic hockey. What's it like to have to switch with partners and pairings so often?
Yeah, like we spoke about earlier, I think we just have such a good group of guys that are all dialed into the same game plan. It really doesn't matter who you're playing with. Everybody knows what's expected out of us. So maybe some teams it's a little difficult, but we have such great depth, great players that it really has seemed pretty seamless.
We talked about goals, so let's get into a goal song. Queen of the Puck, if you could have one custom goal song when Sean Walker scores, what would that song be?
I always resort back to one of my favorite songs is Akon, I'm So Paid. So that's I always like to go with that one, yeah.
We have an Akon fan in the crowd. All right. Well, now you know that there's going to be on everybody's Spotify.
It wasn't a lot of Akon fans, but that's
you just need one. There's going to be like a Sean Walker Spotify list that gets put out right now, which also goes into Chris. It's either Chris's laughter or Chris Slaughter. He doesn't put a space in it,
He's
so
not making sense on that one.
It's nothing here, but punctuation matters, Chris. What is in your current music playlist rotation? So that would be Akon. We would know that. Mm-hmm. And then, all right, see, this gets tough because it's asking you to call out teammates. Who has the best and who has the worst taste in music in the locker room? Now, I can share, I'll deflect you on the one thing. On the plane rides after the game, after many wins, Jordan Martinook is generally in charge of what music is being played.
Yeah.
But what I will say is it covers everything. So it's not like it's just one genre there.
For sure. My favorite DJ is Marty, for sure. You know what? I don't love Halsey's musical taste. He loves like really slow country stuff that's just not my style. So yeah, I'll leave that at that.
Yeah.
And then recently I've been just kind of going to like Matchbox 20 radio and just letting that roll.
Wow, it's like hitting right in the wheelhouse for me, taking me back to leaving college. You might have hit it, but what has been the best moment in your hockey career so far? I'll open this up. It doesn't have to be the NHL. Is there like a moment at Bowling Green where you guys won a big game? What's been the biggest moment or the best? I think maybe your NHL debut?
Yeah, the NHL debut is pretty awesome. I was fortunate enough to go play in the Worlds a couple years ago, and we won that. So that, for me, right now is probably my number one.
And is that, like, we talk about all of the experiences that get you there. When you're in a room like that with the talent and you're pulling on when you pull on your country's jersey, why does that hit different for all of the guys?
I think from Canada especially, it's we grow up and hockey is so ingrained in us already. And then that year specifically for me, again, being a late bloomer, not being really given those opportunities to really play for your country, it was the COVID year, so it was kind of a unique situation. Really, most of the team was guys similar to me that have kind of been overlooked, or realistically, Canada has got a lot of really good hockey players, so we're just not good enough to make the team. But to be able to represent your country, everybody back home is watching and rooting for you. It's something special. I think anybody would say to get that opportunity is something you would hope to do once in your lifetime, and to be able to go to that tournament and win was really special. So yeah, that's for sure my number one right now.
All right, that's a real good one to have. Let's bring it back to Raleigh-centric. Do you have a favorite Raleigh restaurant or a North Carolina restaurant that you love?
We just last night went to Brewery Bavana, and that one knocked my socks off. So actually, you know what? I love Coletta and Fenton. So that's probably my number one, and then I'll go Brewery Bavana right now. That's where I'm at.
That's Italian all the way to Asian. I mean, you're spanning the globe right now.
Yeah.
I can agree with all of those things, just so you know. If you could, again, I don't write them. Just asking. If you could drop the gloves with any player, current or past, who would
Current
you
or
choose?
past?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you just say like Wayne Gretzky. That'd be that could be kind of
He
crazy.
does have
right?
one fight.
Yeah, so I'd be number 2. I could live with that.
Brian wants to know, beach or mountains, and what has been your favorite golf course in North Carolina?
I would say beach for me personally, and then favorite golf course. I really just play where the guys are members at OC, so that's I'd say Old Chatham for sure.
That works. You did
And it's beautiful course. Yeah.
I mean, that's the great thing about here. You can hit a golf ball in any direction, and it is a beautiful course you're going to play on.
Yep.
Jordan wants to know, favorite book or movie?
Ooh, okay. Favorite movie is definitely Interstellar, and then I read Fourth Wing last year, which was pretty good. So that series I'm in.
ZL29 wants to know, I'm not going to get the first part because he's trying to say that you start in Walker, Texas Ranger, so he wants to know what it's like being a Texas Ranger. We'll skip that part and get right to the, are you and the team as excited for Shoresy Season 5 as the rest of us? Do you watch Shoresy?
I have not. I've seen clips. That's all I've seen. But I'm not sure the representation is super accurate. But I see a lot of people like it. So I guess, yeah, sure, we're excited because I guess gets more fans, more hockey fans.
You don't think that there's a team out there like the Sudbury Blueberry Bulldogs out there?
There definitely is a team out there, but not in the NHL.
I'm gonna change this question for you. I'm gonna ask you one thing about the specific defenseman here with the Canes, and you give me the first thing that comes into your head or a line to describe them. So we'll start off with Jacob Slavin.
Yeah. Elite defender.
Jalen Chatfield.
Elite work ethic.
Shane Gostisbehere.
Probably the most dynamic player I played with. To see him walk the blue line is something that I can't do. So he's fun to watch every night.
New guy, Alexander Nikishin.
A big human. He's he's been awesome. And you know what? I sit beside him in the locker room, so we try to chat a lot, and to see where his English has come from at the beginning of the year is mind-blowing. So, yeah, it's been a great experience.
I have to ask, because most locker room English, a lot of foreign players don't understand. They're not allowed to say that around everybody else.
Yes.
Has there been that moment yet with him where he's used a word and the guys are like, no, that's not the time?
What do you mean? We always talk so
great.
politically
absolutely.
correct. And
always never
polite.
Exactly. No cuss words whatsoever.
No issues at all. He's been great, and he's picking up everything fast. I would say his English is almost better than Coochie's at this point. So we're making progress, so it's great.
But, I mean, you don't really talk to goaltenders, though, do you?
That's probably the issue.
He's another young guy, but Joel Nystrom, what he's brought to the team.
Geez, talk about a guy just like fitting in right away. It seems like he's played 5 years in the NHL already. So just an awesome person. His English is great, so there's no issue there. Yeah, he's been a great fit. He works hard. He knows his role. He knows the game plan. I think, again, he could play with anybody on our D-core, and it would look seamless.
And I've got to change the last one on Mike Riley, because every place that we've been that Mike has been a part of the team, the teammates will talk to us and like, hey, how's Mike?
Yeah.
He's a great guy. So you can now be truthful. Mike Riley's not really a great guy. He just has all the dirt on everybody, right?
Mike Riley is a great guy. One of the best for sure. Weird coincidence. One of my goalie from Bowling Green is Mike Riley's best friend. So we have crossed paths many times, and we grabbed dinner in New York, and he's going to come visit us soon. So a nice connection to have for sure.
Well, it's been great to have you here tonight, Sean Walker. He
Thank
is
you.
4 goals, 5 assists, 23 minutes. That's the most that he's averaged in a season, and he is the most I'm going to put it in the right terms, the most minutes logged per game for the Carolina Hurricanes this year. Sean, this has been great. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thanks for
Lucky to
having
have you here. The Canes got a couple of days off until the Toronto Maple Leafs are in town.
Yep.
You didn't when you were a kid. That wasn't the team, was it?
That might have been the team.
Well, all right.
But it's more.
It was geography.
Yeah. It's a little more extra goes into those games, so it should be a good one.
Yes, it does. And we will be waiting for that. Thanks to everybody here for coming out. Thanks for Rob Truitt, Rusty Helzer, everybody at 99.9 The Fan here at the local. He's been Sean Walker. Canes take on the Leafs. It's a 7:30 puck drop, I believe. So we'll see you then, and enjoy the hockey.